You're listening to the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast.
What is a guest book? Why do you need one? Does it have to be a book? What are the alternatives? After listening to this edition of Stress-Free Wedding Planning, you're going to know and understand the answer to those questions.
Today, we'll give you our top 5 most popular guest book ideas, plus some other suggestions that will make your wedding so unique that your guests will be talking about your wedding for years to come.
You're listening to the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast.
Our top 5. Number 1, the audio guest book. Number 2, the Polaroid camera and a scrapbook. Number 3, signing an item that means something to either one of you and hang it up in your home. Number 4, Jenga blocks. Number 5, signed little petals or hearts put in a frame and a see-through glass. Plus, some other unique ideas.
There's also painters that you can hire that come to your wedding and they would paint your first dance.
It could be a caricature of you.
The photo book idea is one that is not necessarily new, but it is a one-and-done idea.
If you're having your wedding, say, around Christmas time, getting Christmas ornaments and having all your guests sign them.
The lyrics of your first dance printed up, and you would put that inside a frame and everybody would sign around it.
So here's a very cool thing. A couple that used a calendar and each guest signed their name on their birthday.
This is Sal and Sam with the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast. It's a podcast for engaged couples who are stressed out about wedding planning and family expectations, but want a successful wedding day.
With over 80 years of combined wedding experience and insider information, this is Stress-Free Wedding Planning with your hosts, Sal and Sam. A new podcast for engaged couples who are stressed about wedding planning and family expectations, but want to have a fun wedding. Listen now for revealing wedding insider secrets, tips, and strategy or lesson that you'll be able to implement for a stress-free wedding. Information that you just can't miss and may just change your life. Take the journey with us from worry and concern to a stress-free and unforgettable wedding day. The Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam.
This is Sam from Atmosphere Productions Disc Jockey Service. In the 80s, I was a radio and nightclub DJ. On the weekends, I did weddings. At one wedding, I saw a bride crying. It wasn't because she was happy. Her family wanted her to do these traditions that she just didn't want to do. She just wanted to dance and have fun. I realized then that there had to be a better way to customize a couple's wedding day so that it was enjoyable for everyone. I found that my talents in broadcasting and nightclubs could help couples personalize their wedding day without those family expectations. After several disappointing attempts, I finally created a wedding planning checklist and planner that has been helpful to thousands of engaged couples plan and have stress-free wedding receptions. Now, I'm known for my careful planning, my consultations, the reviewing of information, and for the elegant execution and performance.
I'm Sal Fusco of After Hours Events of New England. I was a DJ doing parties and school events. I also went to many family weddings and realized the entertainment just didn't seem to know wedding protocol. When I was asked to do my first wedding, I fell in love because I saw the guests' reactions and the instant gratification of seeing happy people. From this point, I knew weddings would be my priority. So I created a system to help couples plan their wedding. Unfortunately, I struggled with the balancing of work and family life. I came to the point of closing my own company, but I never gave up. After a short period of time, my good friend Bert Fonseca of After Hours DJ Entertainment asked me to join his company. Now, the extensive wedding planner I created back then was being used exclusively for our couples. It was such a success that we're recognized by the Knot and presented the Best of Wedding Award, and I successfully helped thousands of couples have memorable weddings.
That's why, together with our extensive experience in wedding planning insider secrets, we'll take you from an anxious couple to a stress-free, fun wedding reception that your friends and family will remember for years to come.
We'll take you from the worries and concerns of planning your wedding and take you to a stress-free and fun wedding day.
We'll reveal wedding insider secrets for a stress-free wedding, plus have engaging interviews with expert wedding professionals, all in 30 minutes or less.
We'll do that next.
You're listening to the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast.
Today, we give you the top 5 guest book ideas. This is DJ Sam from Atmosphere Productions.
And this is Sal from After Hours Events.
Surprised you there, didn't I? This is the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast. Today, as I mentioned, we're going to discuss the top 5 guest book ideas. Plus, we're going to give you a whole list of other suggestions that you can use instead of a guest book. So let's start from the very beginning. Traditionally, Sal, a guest book is literally a book that a couple would buy before the wedding, and it would just be with leafed pages with lines, and the guests would just write their name, Sal, DJ Greatest, and then sign it. And then DJ Sam, also the greatest, and sign it. So that would be your guest book, and they would take it home, and years later, people would discover it and wonder who these people were that came to the wedding. But essentially, that's what a guest book is, right?
That's what a guest book is. And let's be honest, when that book is done, it gets tossed somewhere in a closet. That's why it takes years for someone to figure it out and try to figure out what the names are.
Because we've never looked at ours since our wedding.
No. So it's always fun to do something a little different, something that's going to draw you to it and want to look at it.
And want the guest to actually do something with it. That's the idea at the wedding reception, is that we're going to give the guests some excitement, something to do at the wedding reception other than just putting pen to paper.
And let's make it exciting, because keep in mind, that book, that wedding book, where you sign your name and everything, is very familiar if you think about it. When you go to a funeral, you sign the same book. Oh, what's going on?
I didn't think of that. But yes, you have a point. Drum roll, please. We're going to give you our top 5. Now, this is, of course, not scientifically done. I use my fingers and toes to correlate this list. So it may not be in the exact order that you like it, but we just found out that these were the top 5 most popular. And then in part 2 of this edition, we're going to give you some other great ideas. So, over to our announcer guy.
Number 5. Sign little petals and put them in a little slot, and you can see them through the glass.
Right, so this is a constructed box, really, a wooden frame with a little slot on top. And once you drop something in it, you can see because the frame is clear. And you can put it in any design. I've seen them in the shape of a heart, obviously, because it's a wedding.
With a picture inlaid in there, too.
Exactly. And there are many different versions, because I know on one version you can write on the hearts and give a little well wish.
Absolutely.
Or piece of paper or whatever. There's so many versions of this. Pinterest is probably the best place to go and get some.
Absolutely. You'll see a lot of this on Pinterest, so get your ideas there.
And it's a great idea because it's something big that people are going to see. And it's obvious what you have to do. I know, unless you have a big finger with an arrow saying, put the heart or whatever in this slot. That would be the only thing that you'd need. And some pens.
This is very noticeable, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to like just having a book laying down. They may not notice that. But when you have this big frame, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. And you always have your wedding party fill out some of these hearts first, then drop it in. So someone has started it. Yeah. So now they have the idea of what's going to happen.
Good idea.
Number 4. Jenga blocks if you like board games.
I'm not a big Jenga fan, but the idea is fantastic. And you don't necessarily have to use just Jenga blocks. I mean, you could use Monopoly or whatever you want to do. But the Jenga blocks are so easy because you just buy the game, you take the blocks out, and you lay it on the table with a pen and go ahead.
And if you have 300 guests, that's a one hell of a Jenga.
And then you see people starting to put the Jenga together during the reception as well. So it can be quite a lot of fun. Very simple guest book idea.
Now, here's one of my favorites. Number 3. Signing an item that may mean something to either one of you that you can hang up at your home, or if you have a theme, a globe.
Yep, a globe or a motorbike helmet. Or literally golf clubs, anything really.
I've had a nice wooden slab that is put there where they could sign everything and then they could glaze right over it afterwards. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
But that's a lot of work. You got to sand it down. You got to.
Some people do this. I've had uncles come in with these things. This is kind of their gift, and it's such a neat thing that they could put in their house and remember this day.
The idea of this particular guest book, it's something is going to be kept forever because it's going to be memorialized in your home so that as your kids grow up, they're going to ask, what is this piece of furniture? And you'll be able to explain all the signatures are there. And it's a living memorial of your wedding day. So that's a good one.
I had one couple who went way out. They actually had a bench made up. So they had this big bench, and people were just able to write all over it. Yeah. It was pretty cool. But again, an uncle took care of that for them, and then he took care of the glazing afterwards. So they had this perfect bench afterwards. What a beautiful thing.
So if you have family members that are skilled in this particular area, this is a good time to ask them to do something like that if they want to.
Definitely. Number 2, a guest book, but they had an instant camera there so the guests could take fun selfies with a prop and signed it under their picture.
The basic idea is to get a photo guest book. And what you need is a Polaroid camera, and pictures are taken once the pictures come out of the Polaroid camera. And Polaroid cameras are very back in fashion now, so they're not that difficult to get like they were a few years ago. So the picture comes out, and you sign the picture and put it in the scrapbook. So you'll need sticky tape, glue, or something to do that, obviously. And of course, you need enough Polaroid film just in case the film runs out, that you have a nice supply. But
number 3 was one of my favorites. Number 2, though, the Polaroid camera. The only issue I have is sometimes the guests don't seem to understand that they're supposed to put it in the book, and they end up taking the picture themselves and putting it in their pocket, and then, bye-bye. Another thing is some people don't always understand how a Polaroid camera works, and they're like pressing this button, like, why is the picture not coming out?
And that's the flash button, ma'am. So this is a great idea if it's something that you want to have quickly, an idea that your guests can get an immediate response from the thing that they're interacting with.
Number 1, the audio guest book.
This is the most popular item for the new guest book ideas that we are seeing. It's a company that will send you a phone, and that phone will record messages. So you'd leave the phone at the reception site on a table with a little card explaining what to do. And the explanation actually comes with the phone. And your guest would pick the phone up, dial a number or press the buttons, and say a message. Hey, Jack and Bill, it's a great wedding that we're at. And remember, Sal and Sam were the 2 great DJs that did your event. Something simple like that. And what happens afterwards is the fascinating part, because some companies do different things. Some companies actually produce a record that you can play and listen to all the messages. Some companies, they store it somewhere where you can call up and listen to the different messages. It's kind of fascinating what they can do.
It is pretty neat. There is one drawback that I have found talking to different banquet managers. They have said they have to reset this every so often.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It will freeze up, and it's technology. Things like that happen. It will get better eventually. But just you want to keep that in mind. If you get this, someone kind of has to keep an eye on it when it freezes and knows what to do to reset it.
There's also the question, why can't you just get a Google phone number for the day and tell your guests to call this number?
Wait, that's free.
And there's your top 5 guest book ideas. Let's give them a rundown once again, Sal. The number 5.
Signed little pedals, and you put them in a little slot, and you can see them through the glass.
Number 4.
Jenga blocks, if you like board games.
Number 3.
Signing an item that may mean something to either one of you that you could hang up in your home.
Number 2.
A guest book with an instant camera there.
Number 1.
Audio guest book.
That's your rundown. We'll be right back after this.
The Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam.
Wedding Tip Wednesday is brought to you by Emerge Cosmetics. Are you ready to emerge? A new line of luxurious lipsticks and lip glosses created with the intention of empowerment and coming into who you truly are. Strong, beautiful, and confident. Use coupon code EBI10 at shopemergecosmetics.com for an instant 10% discount. That's coupon code EBI10 for 10% discount at shopemergecosmetics.com. Emerge as the true you.
On today's Wedding Tip Wednesday, wedding mistake number 306, trying to please everyone. Your friends and family are more than happy to tell you what they think you should do on your special day. It's an effort doomed to failure. Make sure you make yourself happy Just being prepared is the best way to avoid a wedding disaster.
This is so true. Do not, even though you're the host, which is what you are, the couple, you're the host, you have to please yourself and you have to do things that you want to do. You're going to have to try and say the word no. I know it's hard, but your family members, your friends, your close friends, and your guests, they're going to start telling you what you should be doing at your own wedding.
Oh, and they're very loud about it, too, let me tell you.
No. It's a very good word. Learn how to say and use it now because, yes, trying to please every one of those people that give you a suggestion, it's doomed to failure.
Things that are stressful is doing things you don't want to do.
Absolutely.
You know, you having family, you have to do an anniversary dance. That's expected. Why wouldn't you do that? Or that cousin who hands you a list of over 100 songs. Can you play this at your wedding? Because it would be great. Mm-hmm. It's just too much. Make yourself happy. When it comes to the music, the DJ, if you have a professional, he's going to take care of it for you. So that's not a big deal. Make yourself happy. Can't emphasize this enough.
Wedding Tip Wednesday is available on the Stress Free Wedding Planning Facebook group page every Wednesday. Join the group for free.
Emerge Cosmetics. Are you ready to emerge?
I love this lipstick. I'm super picky about how a lipstick feels. Most are either too dry feeling or feel like you've oiled your lips. This not only felt great, but lasted and looked great hours later. The color Angelina is perfection, a must-have in my collection.
This is Lauren Simpson from Emerge Cosmetics, a professional makeup artist with over a decade of experience in the beauty industry. That's the reaction we're getting from our new line of carefully curated lip products that wear well and feel comfortable. These are a must-have for your collection. All products are made in the USA, cruelty-free, gluten-free, and most are vegan. Shop emergecosmetics.com for lipsticks and lip glosses that not only feel great, but last for hours in an array of different colors. Free shipping on orders over $100. Use the podcast coupon code EBI10 at shopemergecosmetics.com for an instant 10% discount. That's coupon code EBI10 for 10% discount at shopemergecosmetics.com. Emerge as the true you.
You're not the same as the person next to you. You dress to reflect your personality. You enjoy customizing your drink at the coffee shop. Even your pet's collars match at least 2 pairs of your pants. It's only natural that your wedding would showcase your unique touch. After Hours Events of New England gets this. They like to give their clients full artistic control. If you find yourself lost, their team of event specialists can help. They handle everything from DJs, photo booths, event lighting, photography, videography, even officiants. Give them a visit on the web and call today. Let's get planning. After Hours Events of New England. AfterHoursEventsOfNE.com. Don't forget to like and follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and be sure to subscribe to their YouTube channel, all at After Hours Events of NE. That's After Hours Events of NE.
Don't know what to do for your first dance? Is your future spouse having trouble picking a song to dance with their parent? Worry no more. I have the answer. Go to afterhoursevents.com/contact guest. That is CONTACTGUEST. And you'll be able to listen to hours of music to help you select the right songs for your upcoming wedding. Again, go to afterhoursevents.com/contact guest.
Do you want access to a stress-free wedding planning process? Then go to our website, allthews.atmosphere-productions.com, and get my free report. 8 questions you must ask a wedding professional before booking them. Get it today. That's allthews.atmosphere-productions.com. Look for the free report and learn to shop like a pro from a pro, and go from concern and worry to stress-free wedding planning.
When your wedding entertainment has to have amazing music, be fun, organized, and professional, your choice has to be Atmosphere Productions. DJs, live musicians, custom lighting, and photo booths. As seen on the TLC TV series 4 Weddings, winner of the Wedding Wire Couples Choice Award and DJ Times DJ of the Month. Experience the difference. www.atmosphere-productions.com. That's www.atmosphere-productions.com.
Now, as you spend the next week planning your wedding, if you want me, Sal, or our community of stress-free engaged couples and wedding experts to answer any of those related questions, join us over in the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Facebook group page. Once you're in, go ahead and share your concerns and worries, and we'll let you know if you're on the right track or if there's some things that you need to work on. Honestly, we're not going to be harsh. The link to join us in the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Facebook group is in the show notes. Go there now and join us in the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Facebook group page.
Destination Weddings Unlimited is your destination wedding and honeymoon specialist worldwide. Call us at 844-666-6872. Online at destinationweddingsunlimited.com. Allow us to take the stress and time off your plate so you can have an amazing experience. We're able to walk you through the process and handle all the travel and coordination needs. Destination Weddings Unlimited, online at destinationweddingsunlimited.com.
Everyone is talking about the DJ Pauly Show on YouShook.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Keith Urban, and you're listening to the number one DJ on the planet, DJ Pauly.
What's going on, everybody? This is Charles,
Hillary,
and Dave,
and we are
Lady Antebellum.
And you're listening to the number one DJ on the internet. It's DJ Pauly, y'all.
Hey, y'all. I'm Kelsey Ballerini, and you're listening to the number one DJ on the internet. It's DJ Pauly, y'all.
The DJ Pauly Show on YouShook.com. We dare to be different. Join us and see for yourselves.
Welcome back to the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast. DJ Sam and Sal here, and we are discussing guest book ideas. In the first section, you heard the top 5. So those are the most popular. Now we're going to go over some other ones that we thought were just so fascinating that we had to mention. So if you've got a pen and paper, jot these ideas down because you may be able to use them instead of a boring old guest book. You can have some great ideas. And the first one I'm going to toss out to you, Sal. Have you ever heard of a giant puzzle? Getting a giant puzzle, and obviously you have to finish the puzzle, put it in the frame, and then have everybody sign it.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it
either. Isn't that a great idea?
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. That's a very cool thing.
Now, I've also thought of, instead of having like the picture and everybody sign, you flip the puzzle over so it's just the back, and then have everybody sign it. But there again, what's the point? You could just get a blank piece of paper and do it. But it looks like a jigsaw puzzle when you're writing on it.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I was just thinking when I saw that, I thought, fascinating idea. Fascinating
flip
idea.
It over, glaze that over now, and now who cares what the picture was on the other side, as long as it's the right size.
Exactly.
The next thing, we could do a couple things with. So someone drew the exterior of a venue, framed it, and guests will sign the mat.
Good idea.
This doesn't have to be just the exterior of the venue. It could be a picture of the two of you. It could be a caricature of you.
Yeah.
Say you went to the Big E, had it done, put it in and on a mat, and you can have everyone sign it. It could be just a little fun thing to do.
There's also painters that you can hire that come to your wedding, and they would paint your first dance, and then you could put that picture in, and then the mat would have the signature.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
I come up with these ideas once in a while. Or I tend to steal them from other people.
There you go.
The photo book idea is one that is not necessarily new, but it is a one and done idea because it solves literally 3 different ideas all in one. So you hire a photo booth, and typically the photo booth comes with a memory book. If you don't know what a memory book is, the memory book is the pictures of the people coming out of the photo booth. They're installed into a book and then given to you at the end of the evening. Well, that memory book is also your guest book. It's one and done. It's really easy. But the second thing that it also does is a favor. The pictures that come out of the photo booth are actually favors to your guests. So you don't have to go and buy favors. So that photo booth is actually giving you 3 great things in just one.
Absolutely. And the picture that's in the memory book itself is just not the picture. You actually get to write a nice little,
of course, greeting
or words of wisdom.
Absolutely. It is great. We love memory books. We love photo booths. And if we can recommend everybody get a photo booth, we would, because it is one of those memory things that is just unforgettable at the end of the wedding day.
So here's a very cool thing. A couple that used a calendar and each guest signed their name on their birthday. You just did a couple things here.
Yep.
One, you got everyone's names, but now you know everyone's birthday. So you could always wish them a birthday on the proper date.
That's very, very clever. It's something, again, you're going to keep forever because hopefully those people live a long time.
And you can have the calendar designed so that it has a single picture, and it could be of the two of you, something that your photographer gives you at a later date.
Yeah, your engagement picture.
Or your engagement picture, yeah. Or it could be, your first dance or whatever shot you would like to have on there.
Next up is a great idea that you can use your first dance lyrics, and it really is an addition to the mat idea, where you get the lyrics of your first dance printed up, and you would put that inside a frame, and everybody would sign around it. There's loads of different extrapolations from this that you can do, but your first dance lyrics, I mean, those is something that is very personal, unless you actually pick a song like In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins, and it's actually a stalker song and not a love song. But you get my point.
Funny story. I was at a wedding that one of my past couples showed up, and what I tend to do when I see a past couple, I look up what their first dance song was, and I'll go up to the guy and say, "Look, get ready. I'm going to play your first dance song." And he said, "Oh, please don't. We hated that song."
No kidding.
So that would have been a bad idea if he had done the lyrics for that one.
So just go careful on the lyrics at all. If you have one of those songs that is not actually a love song and it's just a song that you actually just like.
So something very cool. If you're having your wedding, say around Christmas time, getting Christmas ornaments and having all your guests sign them with a special marker. Now you could use that for your Christmas tree, and you always have that memory of them at your wedding.
That's true genius, though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Obviously, if you celebrate Christmas, don't start any traditions that you don't actually have. But again, a great idea of getting the people's names, and it's a memory that will last every year. You'll be able to pull these out, and you'll be able to bring back memories of your wedding reception. Next one is a photo book of your engagement pictures. Now, this is something that you can use to extend the life of the engagement pictures, because now you can have a complete book with your engagement pictures that your guests actually sign. So it really is a traditional guest book, but you're just using your engagement pictures. Make sure the book is a little larger than the typical guest book, and the pictures a little bit bigger. Your guests can actually see your engagement pictures, and they can sign them.
That's so awesome. So awesome. Another thing is out there, recipe cards. Guests write down their favorite recipe.
Yeah.
Now, what's great about this is it extends what you are possibly able to make in the future while you're married. So this could really help out a couple. Learn something new. Learn a new taste. Hey, you may enjoy something.
Unfortunately, my recipe would be how to cook hot dogs, and that would be about it.
That is an awesome recipe. How do you do that?
Now, the next one is a stovetop cover. Now, these you can buy at any Target or
Walmart,
but wherever.
Christmas tree shops.
Yeah, exactly. And you just bring that to the reception, and you actually have the guests sign that, because now the stovetop cover is somewhere prominent in your house. It's in the kitchen every day, and you get to see all the names of the people that signed it.
What a wonderful thing. And then when people come over, they get to see that too, which is pretty nice. It's not hidden anymore. It's in plain view.
And of course, you're going to get a lot of questions of people asking, "Oh, what's that?" And you can explain. The final one is
fall weddings. Signing a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Don't make this mistake. Do not get a live pumpkin and have people sign it. It has been done before. You definitely want to get a fake, have everyone sign it so you can keep it for years to come. And, decorate it. Have the nice fall foliage all around it, and maybe some fall flowers to make it look real nice. Yes, do not use a real pumpkin.
So there you have it. We gave you some great ideas to work on. And before we go, we just want to thank all our listeners. We recently just got a 5-star rating on our Apple podcast. And we'd like to thank Meshi22, MESHE22. I hope I pronounced that right. And they wrote, "This podcast is gold. There is so much value in these podcasts. And if planning a wedding or just planning events in general, this is so useful. Love hearing from professionals and how to make life easier. We need it." So thank you very much. If you also want to get recognized and rate our podcast, all you have to do is go to wherever you get your podcast and write a review. As soon as we see that review, we will read it right here on the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast.
The Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam.
Remember those questions? What is a guest book? Why do you need one? Does it have to be a book? What are the alternatives? Well, we answered those questions and gave you our top 5. Number 1, the audio guest book. Number 2, the Polaroid camera and a scrapbook. Number 3, signing an item that means something to either one of you and hang it up in your home. Number 4, Jenga blocks. Number 5, signed little petals or hearts put in a frame and a see-through glass. Plus, some other unique ideas. Now that you have this knowledge, it'll make planning your wedding easy and relieve the stress of your wedding day.
So, there you have it. We just shared with you 5 wedding insider tricks. You also learned what you can do and what actions you can take immediately. Now, as you spend the next week planning your wedding, if you want me, Sal, and our community of stress-free engaged couples and wedding experts to answer any wedding-related questions, join us over in the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Facebook group. Once you're in, go ahead and share your concerns and worries, and we'll let you know if you're on the right track or if there's something that you need to work on. The link to join us is in the show notes of this edition, or go to Facebook and search the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Community.
The Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast is produced and copyrighted by Atmosphere Productions in association with After Hours Events of New England.